The decision to get an executive MBA at this point was really driven by a change in my career. I had spent 30 years in a very technical profession and now found myself dealing with senior executives, the C-suite, and across a broad group of industries. And so I really felt that I needed a foundation that gave me a lot of diversity in background and understanding. What really drove me to this program was two things. Number one was its intense focus on leadership and its ability to enable folks to think at an executive level. This is not a technical experience. This is a leadership experience. And when I looked at other programs, I was concerned that it was much more about preparing me to be an analyst than to be a thinker and a leader. My leadership style has been somewhat unique, and I am passionate about fun. In fact, it's one of the things that the reason I am at the firm I'm at. But what Weatherhead did for me was to validate that as an important value. My marching orders where I am right now are to do good, have fun, and make money. I came to Weatherhead and found out that those values are not crazy. Those actually contribute to business success. And so for me, it's been great to not only go through an experience in an entrepreneurial firm where I see fun be part of what we're driving for, but then also come to an academic environment where they're saying, this from an empirical point of view enhances business value. You need to be driving toward play. You need to be driving toward having a great experience at work. The trip to South Africa was life-changing. For many of us, it was life-changing on a couple of levels. First of all, Africa's different. This was not a visit to the UK. This was a fundamentally different cultural experience. For some of us who'd been to Africa before, we went there with a certain level of expectations, but for many this was the first chance to be on that continent, and they went with a lot of apprehension. The value in the trip was the ability to dig into the culture of the country and understand how it impacts its economic capability. We didn't just visit businesses. We just didn't visit an academic experience. We actually immersed ourselves in the country, in cultural experiences, in social experiences, and in the business. For us, the trip was unique because we had a chance to meet with CEOs of leading South African countries. We also have a chance to spend time in areas of absolute poverty and to understand that people were doing business in a country where there is real pain, but there was also real optimism. It was absolutely fascinating to watch Scott Fine, who was a finance professor that went with us on the trip, be passionate about our learning experience. What drove his engagement was not that he was there as a professor, but he was there to maximize our learning experience and our experience as a group with each other. He would have been deeply disappointed if the group had gone there and just checked an academic box. For him, for this to be successful, it had to be life-changing for us.